But it comes down to a double breakout, and Bill Arpine comes out on the right side of the math. You're 0-13 taking fourth thou. That's going to win you a lot of races, but it wouldn't win you that one. Jonathan Leahy now in the Nova, and Rick Mattioli.
They took the delay locks out of one of
And away they go, the 67 Camaro, the 67 Nova. A couple of cars from the same vintage. Can't believe that's 52 years ago, can you? Womp, 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 womp. 10 on the tree, taking half a thou for the win is Rick Mattioli. Man, that's just nasty. 1088. John follows him across, goes 1086, had an 023 reaction time, was locked out at that point. 10 reaction time taken, 000. Mean. And Jaden Lesperance now in the truck on the left side, Jared Kingston. And the Camaro over here on the right side. You saw Jaden go in. He was blinking that top bulb. And the top bulb blinked out at just the wrong time. They call that a deep stage, and that's an L. Jared Kingston goes 1087, 144 miles an hour. Jaden goes 1083 at $1.27, but that one was over at this end when he went red. Elan Barad in the Nova left side. Dave Johnson. Dr. Davis ice cream. I never did get my chocolate mat, by the way. The Prophecy 2. So Novas it is. 68 model one side, 76 model other side. And away they go. Down to the stripe. Winner picker says 1084 to a 1085, and Barad gets the win on a double breakout. His 008 light gave him control of the race down at the other end. He takes the stripe, he gets the win. And that'll bring up Pat Smith driving Karen's car, and Keith Mayers, the Porsche, the division champ. Wow, we were one set away from the Porsche being up against the BMW. Now that would have been something, wouldn't it? Say goodnight to your division champ. He got there first by 6 hun and broke out by a couple. Pat Smith goes 1094 to 119 miles an hour. Keith Mayers doesn't make that mistake very often, but he did that time. That'll bring up George Correa. And yes, that's a BMW with a blown small block. License plate says secret. I don't think there's anything secret about that. Andrew Johnson over here in the Thunderbird. And Andrew goes red. The other Doc Davis ice cream car goes 2 thou on the wrong side of the tree, and then 1094 down the track at 126, but the race was already over. George goes 1086 at 138 miles an hour and gets the win. Here comes Patricia Blake for James Blake. The Shamrock Express and John Sanborn in the Nova. The sheet metal tech. Down to the stripe, an 019 reaction time. That's pretty good for John, and he had lots of room down there. Patricia was well off the number. She goes 1101, 121 miles an hour, and her day is done. Bob Loans and that Hugger Orange Nova. Jeff Scafidi for JRS Race Cars. 77 Chevy Camaro, and he's trying to sell the engine out of that thing. Looking for a 500-inch big block? He can help you with that. Loans with a small block providing the motivation under that cowl-hooded Nova. Oh, and a red light start for Robert Loans. The thing rocked in the beams, and that's that. .1087, 143 miles an hour for Jeff. Bob goes 1103, but he was 015 red. The car looked like it was rocking in the beams when he turned loose the button, and that was that. Now it's Kelly Kondratik. for JKR Incorporated. They've got trackside service here for a number of different vendors. If you are in need of things like Lucas Oil or Moroso or Race Pack and a number of other vendors, they can probably help you out there. Jason Mazzata. Nova right side. This isn't going to be good. It's always interesting when you watch them leave. If you can see one physically move first, that one's going to have the advantage, and that was it. Kelly, 0-11, dead 7. Jason had no shot. Even though he was 3 under the dial, he still got there second. Kelly Kondratic puts together the best run of the round. And now it's Hong Lee in that high-riding 66 Chevy 2. And Larry Payton in the S10. Hey, listen up in the pits. Oh, attention in the pits. Stock. If you're not here, you're late. You need to be paired up and pulling forward. Stock, you need to be pulling forward. We're going to be calling dragsters in behind you in just a second here. Larry Payton goes 034, 1091. That's going to be a winner. Hong Lee goes 1092 at 123 miles an hour and couldn't get there. Tom Amorosi, the Yenko, with the Select Performance Bounty on his head. The price on his head, how much is it? Really? Is it? So it's not like worth locking the guy in a porta-john over it, but all right. Ray Butler, Malibu on the left side. Bounty gets put on the head of whoever was the winner at the last stop on the Division I Tour. And that's going to be a collection right there on a double breakout. Wow. They're 4th thou apart. Butler gets a stripe by 2. Comes out on the right side of the double breakout. 87-8 to an 88-0. Ray Butler wins it. And now it's stock eliminator in the water box. Listen up in the pits. Attention in the pits. Super Comp, come on down. We need you now, please. Super Comp. Time to race. Kenny Richard, Robert Vogel, as we are officially in stock eliminator. Handicap start now, thanks to Diamond RV. For Bob Vogel and his little Ford Mustang, which, oh, by the way, is for sale. And is off and running. He gets that much of a head start, and we turn loose Kenny Richard. The 83 Camaro is trying to catch the pony. He is trying to catch the pony. Push him right out the back door. Both run under. Vogel runs under by a bunch. He predicted a 12:18, ran 12:10. Richard runs under by 1 after a 001 light. 001 light taking 2 thou for the win for Kenny Richard. That's the important part. Howie Smith, Brett Albert, both M stock automatic. It's heads up, it's flat out, it's no breakout, it's no nothing. Just get there, turn on the green and get to the stripe. Smith, the Frigo 5 Boo, and Albert, the Nova. I still have not found out for absolute 100% certain, but that has to be a 2-barrel car. Has to be. I don't know how else you get it all the way down an M. Howie Smith had the quicker car. Brett Albert had a 001 reaction time. But even a 001 reaction time isn't going to beat a guy that's got you covered by about a half a second. 12:01, 97 miles an hour for Howie Smith. 12:52 for Brett Albert. And even a 001 light wasn't going to save him for that one. Jim Farrell H automatic. George Vignona C automatic. The 440 powered 1969 Barracuda against the 305 Camaro. Handicap head start is 1.21 seconds. Innovative performance team over on the left side, Team Farrell. They get the head start. Whoa, not supposed to do that. That's what it sounds like when your two-step doesn't work. Farrell brought the motor up, no two-step, it lurched through the beams. George Vignona just sat there and watched his scoreboard come on. 1039, 125 miles an hour. They had the right number on the glass for that thing. And he'll come back. Farrell's going to get no time because the car jumped before the tree was activated. George Vignona will take the win. Now it's Mike Letilier's A automatic. Formula Firebird. And Mike Callahan's 69 Camaro SS 396. Handicap is 2/10. Just like that. The SS 396 on one side, the LT on the other. Big block Chevy, small block Chevy, couple of F bodies separated by 3 generations, and there's going to be your winner, both on the plus side. 1055, 124 miles an hour for Mike. Mark goes 1075 at 121. They're both 5 over the dial, and basically the difference at the start was the difference at the finish, and advantage Letilier. Here's Billy Harper. Man, that Nova is nice. 69 Chevy 2, Ken Robinson's E-automatic Camaro. It's another SS 396, the 325 horse version. Super Comp, come on down. We need you in the lanes, please. Attention in the pits. Super Comp, come on down. These two are dialed almost heads up. How about that Nova sky in the front end off the starting line? Small block Nova, big block Camaro, finish line. We're going to give the nod to the Nova. Wow. Ken Robinson was 007 on reaction time, couldn't run the number. 1097 with the big wheel stand for Billy Harper, and he gets the win. Now it's James Penta and Bob Moran. Hey, listen up in the pits. Attention in the pits. I've got a racer in need. If anybody's got a 750 push rod for a small block Chevy, 7-inch 750 push rod for a small block Chevy. I've got a racer in need. If anybody has a 750 push rod for a small block Chevy, Sean Frick needs it. 750 push rod for a small block Chevy. Somebody's got to have one. Let's get Sean back in the game here. Christian Philippone, Cutlass left side. Don Moulton, the heavy hitter. SS 396 F automatic Chevelle. That car has been around a long time, and it's been, yeah, I know it's been around since 1968, but that's not what I meant. It's been a race car for a long time. And the Oldsmobile comes up short down at the stripe. Now it's TJ Boucher, Malibu 69. And Tim Stickles, Malibu 1980. It's hard to look at those two cars and think they got the same nameplate, doesn't it? The Malibu Blues. Zoom, zoom, zoom. That's what it says on the trunk. I thought zoom, zoom was like a Mazda thing. So the two Boos rolling right along. Listen to the throttle work down there. Dead on 5 for the win. Tim Stickles, 042 on reaction time. He took a pretty good chunk down there. TJ Boucher missed the tree bad, and it cost him down at the other end. The Stickles runs dead on 5. And now it's Bubba Linky, the Red Machine, out of Old Bridge, New Jersey, and Carl Massafra, the body shop owner in his 1969 car. Says Z28 on the back, says 350 under the hood. Somebody's not telling the whole story. Camaro Violence from Generation 1 to Generation 4. Ready, set, go. Whack of the throttle and a light of the light. 1057, 119 miles an hour. Nice job, Bubba. Playing a little James Bond down there at the stripe, taking 007. Carl goes 1097. Still got their second. He left a little bit late. Bubba made him pay. John Gray, beautiful car. SS 396, that's the high horsepower margin version. The AA automatic, 1969, and Gene Monahan, part of the Lynch Mob. That is one big handicap, and that is one big wheel stand. Gene Monahan is down there a mile. Here comes John Gray closing in a hurry, and got him. 982 on the 981 for the win. Monahan got there first, but he broke out. Got there first by 2 and broke out by 2. And John Gray, after giving up that huge head start, charges down to the win. Matthew Burrell, Jim Reed up now. Jim Reed was the #1 qualifier. He didn't have to race anybody last round. A little bit more difficult this round, as he's got an opponent in the other lane, and head start going to go to the right lane. Reed will be on the fly. Burrell will be on the chase. There's the fly, there's the chase. They are neck and neck at the stripe. 11-11 on the 11-13. That's under by 2, but that's a win. Reed goes 66 on a 69, under by 3, and that's that. How about this for old school, new school? Anthony Bongiovanni, and thank you, Anthony, for everything you and MicroStrategies do for the division. That's a supercharged Cobra Jet. And Francois Perrier, I met him this morning after the 100 times that I've said his name. He bought that Roadrunner when he was 15 years old and still owns it now, 45 years later. And oh yeah, it's got a Hemi in it. That's a huge wheel stand for the Hemi. That's a huge head start for the Hemi. That supercharged pony trying to run down the elephant and watch the top of the scoreboard and give this one to Bongiovanni. 891 on the 890. Francois goes 1043, 114 miles an hour. He went down there, dropped the nose, tried to cut Anthony loose, but Anthony runs one above the dial for the win. I just thought it was cool talking to a guy who bought a car when he was a teenager, before he even had a driver's license. He's had it all these years. It was not always, by the way, a Hemi car. Here comes the champ, Jimmy Daniels, reigning Division I champ on the left side, Tim Pardash on the right side. That 97 model Chevy Camaro up against the 83 model. Difference in handicap, half a bulb. Head start goes to the champ. Pardash is dialed 1-1, 1-1. Sometimes aces can be your friend. Jimmy Daniels going to get the win here, 11:42. Tim Pardash dialed 11:11. Unfortunately, his reaction time was 1:11. So 4 aces good, 3 aces not so much. And Daniels, whose car number, because he's the reigning champ, is 11, got the win. I think I got all that right. Pete Oakes and Mike Farrell now. That rough and ready wagon. There's a lot to like about that wagon. And the Innovative Performance Duster on the chase. The 327 wagon is out there away as the Duster. Trying to close in. Still trying to close in. Never did catch him, but he got the win. 11:06. Down to the stripe they go. Largest class we had here this weekend is stock eliminator. This is already round number 2, and this one's going to come down to a double breakout. Pyers is under by 3. Tom is under by a 10th. Had a reaction time started with a 1. Way more often than not, if your reaction time starts with a 1, your time ticket's going to start with an L. And Billy Pyers, 027, taking 8th thou for the win. Lenny Williams left. Bill Shepard right. The Bank of Jean. I wonder if she loans money to anybody other than Lenny. I'm thinking that might be one of those, you know, personal relationship deals. Bill Shepard, the Billy Bob race in Plymouth. Win light already on. Both drivers had the same reaction time. The problem is Lenny's was a minus 20. Bill's was a plus 20. Plus always beats minus here in stock eliminator. So Bill Shepard gets a win, 11.97. And 11.10 for Lenny Williams. We'll go back to Gene and try to explain it. Now it's Bill Pomponi left. George LaBelle right. 69 Camaros a pair.